What's up, everybody? Ben here. Today I've got a new Weller Racing steering rack for YXZ-1000. This is the steering rack kit, and I'm gonna crack it open and we'll compare it to an OEM one and the old Weller steering rack. As usual, Weller's packaging is fantastic. Very important bolt, and stickers, of course. Here is the rack itself. And my kit has extended tie rods. And then I got a complete kit that also includes this other piece is a back plate. All right, and all unboxed, this is what comes in the kit. So you can purchase these items individually. So you can buy just the rack, just the back plate, and just the tie rods. Or you can buy it all as a kit together, which is what I like to do. If you buy it as a kit, they pre-assemble inside the rack with the fresh boots, and the clevises are already attached. And that's it's not a lot of work. It's not terribly hard, but it's nice to know that they do it and they do it right before it leaves their bench and it's all sealed up and ready to go. So you just have to bolt on. The hardest thing you have to do is get it centered if you buy the kit. And I really like buying the kit. So thought this was a good opportunity to compare three different racks. This is the new rack that I'm putting in today. This is the old Weller rack that I just took out of the car. And this is the OEM rack from 2020 YXZ-1000. So I did a video last year when I put this model in my son's blue YXZ. And this one actually came out of my daughter's red and black YXZ here. So it's a little bit older than the one I installed in the blue YXZ. It's a year older. And we took a pretty hard hit in the front end. So I think I don't know, our alignment hadn't been right since. So I don't know if it's bent or broken or what. But anyways, I thought it would be a good opportunity to freshen up. So still a beautiful billet case, machined. They CNC machine these things in-house. It's really nice at Weller. And one thing I think that's pretty significant to point out is that there's this new adjuster on the back. I notice the OEM model has something similar. I don't know if that's what it is or what, but anyways, so the new Weller rack has this on the back, and from what I understand, you can add or subtract tension or play or something like that on the rack, on the steering feel. So I'll dig into that some and experiment with that a little bit. All right, so over here in the car, if you're installing this rack from scratch, just replacing your factory one, I recommend you watch my video where I installed the rack on this blue car last year. It goes through a little more thorough and has a better view. But basically, I'm going to look down the center here. This plate from the factory has nuts in these holes. There's 4 holes that mount the plate. So this hole here, and then the other hole down here at the bottom, and then the other 2 on the other side. Those 4 holes have like a little nut tack welded to the back plate from the factory, and you need to bang those out if you're using the Weller kit with the aftermarket back plate. And I highly recommend you do that because the back plate is 10 times better mounting. Also, it's very important that you use the bolts that come with the plate. The plate nuts have a different thread than the bolts, of course, that are factory because they're tiny. These are the factory ones. Oh, yeah, and speaking of, there's the nuts right there. Sorry, one-handed here. There you go. So that's what you got to tap that off. And all I do is put a bolt in it and then hit the bolt with a hammer, and it will normally pop those loose. So anyways, watch that video from last year. And so what I was getting at is these bolts that come with the plate are a different thread than the bolts that come if you buy the rack by itself. So please make sure you get that right. I made that mistake once and I cross-threaded the bolt and whatever. So I'm gonna go slide this in and thread those through. All right, so I just kind of set the rack in the car. A couple things I'll point out. Again, I'm gonna refer to my video I did last year that was much more detailed and had a better view. But you have to slide the steering shaft onto the spline drive as you're kind of putting the rack in, and also make sure your steering wheel is centered and make sure the rack is centered. I just hit it with the measuring tape real quick to make sure that endpoints are equal on each side, and then that's really all there is to it. So those bolts are just pushed through right now, as you see. So this is a view of what it looks like before the back plate is on. You can see the old tack welds where those nuts were, and that's how weak of a contact point it is from the factory. I mean, like it barely even penetrates the paint when they weld those nuts on. Look at that. So anyway, so now I'm going to get this back plate up there. And it goes like so. And notice it has it's a U shape, and it does that so it goes around that adjustment on the back of the rack. And these bolts are long enough, as you see, they come through quite a ways. I like to push them through so I make sure everything's lined up. And then I just put a drop of red Loctite on them here from the back side. I think it's easier to do it that way than it is to slide it through the front. So so I'm gonna hit those with some red Loctite and then tighten them up to this back plate, which goes like that. Make sure you have that oriented correctly. Okay, so I got the rack in. I didn't do like step-by-step instructional and everything like that, but again, I'm gonna refer to my video from last year when I installed this product on that car. Basically, red Loctite, there's 5 bolts, so 4 big bolts that go through the back plate. Right there. And as you can see, the bolts are nice and long, so it helps you pull it together. Kind of leave it loose and jiggle it all in, get it lined up just right. Red Loctite on those. Those are 8mm Allen bolts with, so it's an 8mm head, and they're torqued to 45 foot-pounds. All 4 of them. And then this U-joint, they provide a new bolt for that. Use it. Don't use the factory one because the threads get galled up. There is a factory washer that you reuse. This is a 6mm Allen bolt, and you torque it to 18 foot-pounds. That's per welder's instructions. And something I like to do when you're done, and I've already checked this because I was off a couple of splines. But when you're done, you can get in the car with your steering wheel centered. You can turn lock to lock, and mine goes almost exactly 1 full turn. I can force it, but I can tell I'm at the end. So that's centered, and then another full turn. As you can see, I can kind of force it, but it's almost exactly a full turn each way. So that's how you know you're centered, is when your wheel equally goes each direction. If your wheel goes like that far one way and then it goes 1.5 turns the other way, you know, then you know you're off. So just sit in the car. Well, you don't sit in the car if you're don't got your wheels on the ground, but you get the point. Just go lock to lock and you'll be able to see if your steering wheel turns equally each direction. So and it's worth doing that before you put everything back together. So anyways, so that's it for this rack. I'm going to put the rest of the car back together and I'll give you a kind of a final. Got the new steering assembly all together. The tie rods they sent me were a little bit too long, so I guess they were for a different long travel kit. So these are actually my old tie rods, so they're still kind of marked up, but it's okay. They're going to be fine, I think. This is, I think, the only 18 millimeter bolt on the entire car now, on the bottom of the Weller Racing Heims, I guess, on the end of the tie rods. So that is torqued to 40 Newton meters. That is a factory spec. The Weller tie rod and steering kit paperwork does not have a torque spec for that bolt. It is a nylon lock nut, so it's this one here. It is a nylon lock nut, so it's not apt to come loose or anything like that. But anyways, so I've got all the rest of this torqued and reassembled. I don't have the right size cotter pins for these castle nuts on the ball joints. So that and this, I don't have the right size cotter pins to fit in there, so I can't quite finish this tonight. I do have this. This is a high lifter alignment kit that I'm going to use. I did a video on this same thing last year, this alignment tool, which is pretty handy, but I did it on that car last year and I did it wrong. So the video is still up, but it says in the description that this is the wrong way to do it. I did it with the car up in the air, just like you see this car is now, and you're actually supposed to compress the suspension. So you want the car to be settled because that changes your angle, your steering angle and everything. So I'm going to set the car, I'm going to bolt these on and set the car down and measure that to adjust the toe now. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is what they had in mind, but this is what I'm doing. Last time I did this, I did not have the car on the ground, and that messed up my alignment bad. So what I've done is put the high lifter alignment tools, just bolted those on to the hubs, set it down on the ground, and it lets the suspension compress, and your arms basically spread out, you know, so they go out. That's why I put the wood down. I just didn't want to scratch up my floor, and it also kind of gives them a little surface to slide. Otherwise, I didn't think it was going to slide much on the floor. So maybe you have something else that's a little more scientific, but this is what I got. So this tool is pretty cool. Has little slots for measuring tapes. They even include measuring tapes in the kit. And so on this end, you get to see the numbers. So here I am 63 3/4 to the inside, and here I am 63 1/4 to the inside. So Weller's recommendation is that the front is 1/8 to 1/4 inch wider. So it appears that my toe is out a little bit right now, and I'm just going to twist. Hi, Queso. I'm just going to twist the tie rod here. I'll try to do them evenly so that my left and right, and then also it's important to make sure that your steering wheel is straight. I confirmed that with mine. I have a battery charger on, so that's why my console's open. It looks bad. So that's it. I'm just going to twist that a little bit and get me, I need to come in about a 1/2 inch or so, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah.